Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Ryan Yokome. I'm a spiritual life and business coach based in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Today we're going to talk about the 7 spiritual books that have helped me transform my spiritual growth and will absolutely help you, especially if you get in your own way. So if you're just watching me for the first time, I use a spiritual approach for helping you get out of your own way to align with your soul's purpose and passion. So these are my favorite books. It was so hard to decide because I have so many books that I've read that I'm just in love with. So I tried to give you the best books that practically changed my life. So I had a huge awakening that changed my perception of the world, but then it actually physically changed the amount of money I make, the deep connection and friendships that I have, how fast my business has grown, the impact I make around the world, how happy I feel. It's changed my physical health, changed my spiritual connection to the universe and God and the divine. So these are the books that have actually transformed my life, and I want to share them with you right now. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So book number 1, A Course in Miracles. Now, quick backstory. Chris, my beautiful fiance, who's actually behind the camera right now recording and using the mic. Hi, babe.
Hi, Rad. Good job.
She first introduced me to this book, and when I picked it up and I started reading it, I didn't understand a damn thing it was saying. Literally. It was like I was reading hieroglyphics. So I put the book down, and then I came back to it about 2 or 3 years later, and it all started to make sense. So I went through the year's lessons. I've read this book. It's fantastic. It changed my life. But it is a deep read. So Chris, you still read this book as well every day, right? Or most days?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like you're young Jamie on Joe Rogan.
I know. I feel like I want to leap out in front of the camera.
Well, we could do a video with, I'm sure many of you watching want to see Chris and I, my fiance and I, do a video together, right? So this book is awesome. Definitely start studying A Course in Miracles. It will open you up to a whole new perception. Book number 2 is Dark Side of the Light Chasers by Debbie Ford. We ran into Debbie at the Bahamas before I was introduced to her in her work, and she ended up passing away from cancer about 6 months after we met her in the Bahamas at the gym, of all places. And this was the book that absolutely transformed my life the most. These both, of course, Course in Miracles and Debbie Ford's book, but this book really opened me up. So if you want to explore what's actually stopping you on a core level, get this book. It will transform your perception. It will help you step into your brilliance, your power, your creativity, and your dreams. Book number 3, Conversations with God. I was mentored by Neil Donald Walsh for about 3 months. We did some private sessions together. This whole book is the conversation that he personally had with what he calls God back and forth through his journaling. So these are actually his diary or his journal entries. They were never edited. You know, they were never gone through with a publisher and changed. These are like raw form, what he wrote down. And basically what happened, he was in his 40s. He was sick of his life. He was broke. He was miserable. He was unhappy. And he was alone in his apartment. And he was journaling that he was so frustrated at life and God that he doesn't understand this. And he was angry at God. And out of nowhere, this voice came inside of his head, which he'd never heard before. And it said to him, "Are you really wanting to change your life, or are you just complaining?" And it was so loud, he said he thought someone was in his apartment at the time and there's no one in there. And all of a sudden he had this open dialogue back and forth, and this book is awesome. He's written 3 other books in addition to this one on the Conversations with God dialogues, and I think 9, maybe 10 books, I can't remember in total in the Conversation with God series. But books 1 through 4 is awesome. Book 1 totally changed my life, opened me up to channeling. Book number 4, 21-Day Consciousness Cleanse, also by Debbie Ford. I went through this book, and it goes through and heals up your past. So it takes you through 7 days of past, 7 days of present, 7 days of future. So if you really get stuck in your own way, this is about let go of the past, live in the present, and discover the future you've always wanted. Love, love, love this book. It's not like a read front to back. It's like you're gonna do the work in this book. You'll go through exercises. You'll go through a lot of releasing, but then you'll go through an opening. So if you wanna heal the relationship with your parents, with past relationships, with your money story, with your body, with your health, with your emotions, phenomenal book. I've been through this book 3 times. It's great. All these books I've read numerous times. Book number 5 is Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love. This book is basically reflections on the principles of A Course in Miracles. So if you find A Course in Miracles hard to understand, then maybe you want to pick up this book first, because it breaks it down really simply. And I love this book. I've read it a few times. I started reading this book when I first started to spiritually awaken, and it totally transformed my life as well. So highly recommend A Return to Love. Book number 6 is Creating Money. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this many, many times. Awesome book, hey babe? Mm-hmm. Phenomenal book. Your favorite part about creating money?
Making money?
Yeah, it's great. This book is amazing. It will really show you not only how to magnetize, attract abundance, clear debt. By the way, if any of you have debt, debt is a lack of giving love. So this book will help you understand how to start to clear debt, how to open up a space of love, and ultimately align with your life's purpose. If you want to get your work out to the world and do it in a way where you're creating phenomenal abundance, study this book. And last but not least, book number 7 by the same authors, Sana Roman and Dwayne Packer, Opening to Channel. So this book actually came to me after I was going through this book. So this book, because it's a channel book as well, opened up Opening to Channel for me, and this is a very step-by-step guide on actually how to channel. So this book opened me up to all of my spiritual counsel, my spiritual guides. It connected me into my higher self. It connected me into my guide Faith, which I channel. And it worked so well to help me understand how to merge with energy and start to receive downloads from the universe that I also now sit, pen and paper, in a meditation, and I journal out a lot of the content that I create. This book taught me how to do it. It's phenomenal. So there's my 7 books on the best spiritual growth books that have worked for me. I would love to hear from you. What's the best spiritual growth book that has changed your life? The one that totally transformed who you are as a person? Drop me a comment and we'll jam out in the comment section. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter. I send you out lots of great value on your spiritual growth to help you get out of your own way to align with your soul's purpose and passion. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends, and I will see you all on next week's video.